Okay, let M and N be the area and the perimeter of triangle ABC respectively. Denotes, that means let. Okay, you can think as let. Okay, the radius of the inscribed circle of triangle ABC by R. You need to prove that 2 times M equals N times R. And that means 2 times the area of the triangle will equals to the perimeter of the triangle multiplied R. Okay. B. The coordinates of x and y are 7, 24, and 17, 0 respectively. So coordinate of x 7, 24. Coordinate of y 17, 0. Now you should try to mark all these points on the graph paper in exam. Okay, you may raise your hand and get some graph papers to draw the figure that will help you to easily understand the setting of the question. Now, first of all, find the area of triangle OXY. C. Let Z be the center of inscribed circle of triangle OXY. Find the coordinate of Z, and hence find the equation of inscribed circle of this triangle. Now, of course, you may need to use the part A, okay? Because you get some information from part A, you can directly use it in part C. Even though you do not know how to do part A, in exam you can still apply the result of part A and finish part C. D, that's the P is a moving point, okay, on the coordinate plane. How does it move? The move in a particular way. How? The perpendicular distance from P to OX is equal to the perpendicular distance from P to OY. Okay, let gamma, this letter means a Greek letter, gamma, be the locus of P. That means P will move in a particular way, then the trace we call as a locus, okay? The trace of point P move we call as a locus, okay? Describe the geometric relationship between angle XOY and gamma. Hence or otherwise find the equation of gamma. Okay, let's look at part A. Now you may not have any idea if you do not draw the graph. So I will draw the graph in this way. Suppose there's a triangle ABC. You draw a circle. There's an inscribed circle. The center here. The red line will be the radius of the circle. So if you want to find the area of big triangle, it can be split into 3 smaller triangles. That is, joining a straight line from center to the vertex A, B, C. That's mean the blue lines. So we find the leftmost triangle here. This small triangle will be AB times R over 2. Now why is formed this right angle here? Because tangent, this line AB, would perpendicular to the radius of the circle. So similarly, in BC times R over 2, that's the area of this triangle, and AC times R over 2 will be the area of the right triangle here. So the sum of these 3 triangles will be equal to M, the big triangle ABC. So take out common factor R bracket AB times BC, sorry, AB plus BC plus CA equals to 2M, multiply 2 on the other side. And the perimeter of this triangle will be N. Therefore, 2M equals to N times R. Let's finish part A. And part B, quite straightforward. You just use the Pythagoras theorem to find the length of these 3 sides. OY 17, OX that's 25, and XY that's 26. So you can just find the area of this triangle, 204. Quite straightforward. Okay. So part C, that's the important thing here. Okay. In part C, you draw the graph in this way. OX that we find is 25, OY that's 17, and XY that we find is 26. So Suppose this will be small letter h. From distance between the center to this contact point be small letter h. So O to another contact point will also be h by tangent properties. Then you can mark all this length in terms of h. That's 25 minus h. Here use tangent properties again, 25 minus h. And here OY equals 17. So here from the contact point to y also 17 minus h. So using tangent property again, here also 17 minus h. And hence the sum of these two lengths will be 26. Then you can find h here. Okay. So you will know h equals to 8. That is the actually x coordinate of this center z. Okay. But the problem is, how do we find the y coordinate of z? Actually, the y coordinate of z actually is the radius of the circle, right? Because OY is the x-axis actually. So you can apply the formula in part A. 2 times the area of triangle equals to the perimeter of triangle times radius. So radius equals to 6. And hence you know that the center z is 6. So you can set up the equation of circle. X minus 8 all square plus y minus 6 all square equals to the radius square, that is 6 square, 36. So let's move to part D and look at part D question again. P is a moving point on the coordinate plane such that perpendicular distance from P to OX equals to the perpendicular distance from P to OY. Then find the locus of P. And here, when you look at this one, you want the perpendicular distance from P to OX equals to the perpendicular distance from P to OY. So try to consider this point is Z. When Z perpendicular distance to OX, that's radius, right? When Z, draw the perpendicular distance to OY, radius again, right? That means OZ is, Z is one of the point lying on the locus. That means Z is one of the point on gamma. And anything special about this point Z, when you join OZ, in center of this triangle actually is the intersection of 3 angle bisectors. So OZ actually is the angle bisectors of this triangle, of this angle, XOY. So actually gamma is an angle bisector of angle XOY. And Z lies on gamma. So you can find the equation of this gamma directly, that is y equals to mx plus c. The slope of OZ equals to 6 over 8. And c, that's the y-intercept of this straight line. That's 0. So finally, y equals 3 over 4 times x. That is the equation of OZ. That's also the equation of gamma.